Do you know about titer tests for dogs? So a lot of people aren't aware of is something called a titer test. So a titer test is a blood test that the vet will take to check the antibodies of a previous vaccine to see if the antibodies are still in the dog's systems. If the dog has antibodies in the system, we don't need to give another vaccine. Now, two vaccines that you can do this with are rabies and distemper. So something you may consider when your dog is due for the rabies or distemper shot is to get a titer test. It's a little bit more expensive, but to me, it's a very good thing to do to make sure we're not over-vaccinating our dogs. So I do it with my dogs, and believe it or not, like my dogs have had their antibodies for both of those for a pretty long period of time, which tells me that other dogs are gonna have the same. So I would obviously talk to your vet about this and make sure they're in agreement, but it's something I would definitely consider. It might cost a little bit more money, but you definitely don't wanna over-vaccinate your dogs. To me, that's potentially a reason for the higher rates of cancer we're having with dogs and things like that. Again, I'm not a vet, I'm not a scientist on that, but that's just my humble opinion on the whole deal with that. So consider getting your dog a titer test when they're due for vaccines like rabies and distemper. Love you guys, see you in the next one.